Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of Late Night Craft Talk. Tonight, we are live, in person, and live, and alive.
Live.
And we're live, and Svea's eating dinner.
Live.
Are you still cooking dinner or now eating dinner?
I'm cooking dinner for myself and my mom.
Cooking dinner for herself and her mom. Look at that. Selfless all the way. All right, folks. We've already got one viewer, and Maya's already in the house. Matter of fact, let's get a message here from El Presidente. Hello, everybody from Maya. And the viewers are popping in. Wow. Y'all quick tonight. So, yeah, apparently we have some butterflies. We're looking at a beautiful nature scene, Strawberry Creek in Idlewild, California, with some butterflies. It just happens to be this week's show is about monarch butterflies. Today is wanted to do this show on that subject, and she'll explain why. And when we start here in about 9 minutes and 9 minutes even, we'll be talking about that. But just got a few butterflies just flushing around that beautiful nature scene. And there they go. Okay, I got to eat some. Remember, sharing is caring. I am starting to share the show myself. Got to put my phone on silent. Okay, doing my part, folks. You got to do yours. Turn it down so we don't have an echo. And share. We are live for 2 nights. You can probably hear a little click, click, click on my keyboard. It's supposed to be turned down low. Tonight's episode, I love predicting text. It doesn't get right at all. Late Night Craft Talk. Let me see. Tonight's show is all about monarch butterflies.
A very noble breed of butterflies everyone should care about.
Everybody should care about. We'll be talking about that tonight, folks. This is, we've done shows in broad range of subjects, but this is the first time we've ever done one about beater fleas or butterflies.
Bugs.
Bugs.
Actual bugs, guys.
Pretty bugs. Look at all those butterflies flying around. That's awesome.
I love butterflies. They're so pretty.
Yeah, right there. We got plenty of them and just floating around that creek right there, right? Nothing like it was like part of a program in Chroma Key. And another message from El Presidente. I hope everyone is doing great. We're doing good. Got a neat little adventure to share from earlier this week. Involves kayaking and teaching a group. A little bit different. Pretty cool. Okay. And I'm looking at the butterflies. I'm checking our feeds. Everything looks good. 2 shares on the Elcrax page. Don't know how many yet on Dancing Bear Indian Trader. Look at all those butterflies. Oh, there's Bear back. What you got for dinner?
I got chicken and rice. And the vegetables I was going to cook were not okay. So no vegetables, which is terribly bad for my health. But I didn't have any frozen vegetables either. So I need to go grocery shopping.
Did you say vegetables are bad for your health?
No, I'm saying it's bad that I'm not eating any vegetables in my dinner.
Okay, take your hand before you eat your dinner. Hold your hand, take the other hand and go slap your wrist. Better. I hope that hurt. Hurt me more than hurt you.
Yeah.
At least you got that pretty nature scene.
I know, it's so beautiful.
Oh, somebody's got stories to tell you. You see Maya's Facebook post? She survived San Diego Comic-Con yesterday.
She needs to make a t-shirt that says that.
Oh, totally. I'm sure there's t-shirts that are designed.
T-shirts like, I survived Comic-Con yesterday.
Absolutely. I survived Comic-Con. Have you seen that one cosplay of Galactus? Hey, there's a flutter of butterflies. There's and there's a few more butterflies. Pretty. Yes, Kelly Joe, I will be doing that. Ham hocks and green beans. I will be showing that. And we have somebody watching that's on Twitch tonight. And they said the first time I ever heard the term monarch butterfly was from a show called Under the Dome, a town trapped under a dome. They couldn't leave until a monarch is crowned.
Okay.
I think I remember Under the Dome. That was CBS, I think. I remember that, and that was from, let's see.
I'm glad that that's a legitimate post because it seems like we get a lot of unlegitimate posts from Twitch.
Oh, yeah. Person watching on Twitch, Thank you. Welcome. Because usually if we're going to get trolls or like advertisements from people trying to push stuff, it's usually on Twitch. It's nice to have somebody legit. That's cool. And more butterflies in nature. Nature scene. All right, we got more viewers coming on. Yes, Kelly Jo will be showing that. Matter of fact, I should probably go grab it. I'll explain that. I'll grab it right now. I'm going to leave for just a few seconds. Svea, you going to behave?
Of course.
Of course you will.
When do I ever not behave? You're the one that doesn't behave.
I'm going to give you a subject to discuss with the audience while I run over to the kitchen. Butterflies without wings are just butter. Discuss. I'll be right back.
Yeah. So yeah, everyone. I'll tell you all about it, but it's been crazy, this whole monarch butterfly thing that I found out so much information about monarch butterflies this year. And it's been crazy. It's been crazy. I'm just enjoying watching other people's videos because it's not happening for me.
I'm back.
Okay.
We had fruitful discussions. Is there more butterflies?
Let's see here. Actually, I have a whole bunch of pictures I need to upload to my browser.
Gotcha. We didn't have much of a pre-show meeting. All right.
Oh, it was kind of hard.
Well, Maya did her part.
She did. She did such a good job. Thank you, Maya.
Awesome. I shared. Okay. It's late.
I know. I took an extra nap.
I don't have time today.
Are you feeling, Mom? What's going on?
I'm just getting like motion sickness from all the butterflies.
You are.
Just feel icky. Right.
Okay, just so you guys know, the show's going while you're having a conversation. So in case you guys want to know, my mom just advertised she's not feeling good. So it's been kind of it's okay, Mom.
It's okay. Y'all, if you keep talking, you're going to be put in late night craft talk jail. You will get attacked by these butterflies. Lots of butterflies.
Yeah.
With the running water. Luckily, vampires can't cross running water.
Yeah, they can't?
They can't.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Well, not according to the Twilight, apparently, but, depends which movie you watch. All right. Kelly Jo, it hasn't been in the fridge. It's been sitting on my counter all week. Is that a bad thing? And there's more butterflies.
Totally safe. You can totally keep your butter out for
It's something else. We'll talk about it. But I know it's jarred, Kelly Jo, but shoot me a quick answer on that one so I know if I should or shouldn't, because I may have missed out. I'll explain it during the show. There's a lot more butterflies. And they're on a hurry.
There are. They're really pretty. Lots of butterflies.
Lots of butterflies. Minute and 20 seconds to go, folks. We're getting invaded by butterflies. And they're moving quicker.
Let's see here.
Kelly Jo says it might be. We'll discuss it during the show. Okay. 1 minute, folks. 1 minute to get your popcorn ready, to get your Galactus-sized popcorn container that you can buy at a movie theater for $80. Holy cow. And get ready for fun. And don't get motion sickness. Might need to take Dramamine looking at the countdown tonight.
Right?
All the motion. How many butterflies can we fit on the screen? There's more butterflies. There's like waves of we're getting invaded by butterflies. And there's more of them. That's a lot of butterflies. All right, folks. You ready for countdown? You ready, Svea?
Yes.
We're going to have to look at Maya's post as soon as we get done with the credits. All right. You ready to count down with us, folks? Here we go. And there's lots of butterflies. And yes. 10 butterflies.
9 butterflies.
8 butterflies.
7 butterflies.
6 butterflies.
5 butterflies.
4 butterflies.
3 butterflies.
2 butterflies.
1 butterfly.
0 butterflies. It's showtime. There's the alarm. It's time for Late Night Craft Talk with hosts Svea Kamori Yang and James Hermes. On this week's show, Monarch butterflies, their nature, lore, and what makes them special. What did the butterfly say to the rude caterpillar? You'll change when you grow up. It's time to start the show. Hold on. Okay, here we are dancing. I was looking at a message and went, oh, the credits are over.
Okay, let me put the thing up.
And there we're official. Here we go.
Oh, and then wait.
I've been staring at butterflies, more and more of them for the last 10 minutes.
Yes.
Doing Dramamine, getting over it. You know, I have sensory issues. And you go, poop on me. And I'm going, I need a drink. Okay, I've got a message from Kelly Joe. I'm not having to read. Ooh, it's going to be a rough one. Okay. Hello, folks. Welcome to Late Night Craft Talk.
Yes. Okay. So welcome everyone to our show. We do the show generally live on Friday nights at 10 p.m. starting at 9:50, but our show actually starts. You get our green room at 9:50, and then at 10 we start our actual show. We go to 10 to 11 Pacific Standard Time, and we air our show on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, on Dancy Bear's channel and Elcraft's channels. And on top of that, if you do like the show, please like and subscribe. Smash the like button. Smash the follow button. I had to do it, right? Yeah, exactly.
All like buttons.
Yeah. So we do our show every week to kind of bring up different topics. I mean, our show has evolved so much. I mean, we bring on guests, we talk about artists, we talk about art, we talk about crafting, we talk about all kinds of good stuff. And of course, it's always fun to see James and I spar at each other. Right.
Got it right this time. But you went the wrong way.
No, you know what's weird? My camera is reversed.
I've been talking. I talked about this last week. Okay, on my screen.
I don't know how this happened. This is weird.
On my screen, if I point this way, which is actually away from you on the screen, it looks like I'm looking at you.
I know.
I'm actually going this way.
Usually the way it works is I have to look away from you and I'll be like this, but then when I'm doing this, I'm doing this.
Yeah, so, that's what I just said right there. So if I go like this, it looks like I'm going toward you, but I'm actually turning my back at you.
So like, for example, this is what an easy way to show you. Okay, see how it says Skyflakes and it says it backwards? That's what we mean.
I see Skyflakes, crackers.
But backwards. It's like
no, it's not backwards. It's not like looking in the mirror. I said Skyflakes right there. I saw it. Read it to the frontwards.
Okay, I guess you read things backwards. Anyway,
you know, because I see it. It's look. Okay, prime example. Let me look for something.
Okay.
So
not a part of this. Look. Okay, so
here's the stickers. Okay, here we go.
I just have Lego manuals on my table. Look, it's backwards. But see, mine's backwards. Yours not backwards.
What I'm looking at right there is not backwards for you. When I'm looking at mine, it says native like water, Hawaii. I look at yours as Disney.
Yes, but yours.
Is yours in reverse?
Yes, mine's in reverse.
There's a setting for that.
You can't see that it says Disney. Okay, audience, please.
I'm looking. It says Disney. It's not reverse like looking in a mirror. It's your settings.
I am so confused.
It's your settings. Look, when I see this, I'm looking at it. It says native like water. I'm reading it from my screen.
I'm so confused. Okay. All right. Because I'm not using.
That's okay, Svea. We'll get a coloring book for you to explain it. Look.
Okay.
I'll have AI come up with about a level 40 IQ 40.
I'm going to make a report to HRAI. Because I feel like
I'll have to animate a sequence environment. Well,
okay. So anyway, going back to what I was saying before we derailed, we do this show, and we've known each other for years, so we always like joke around. So this is kind of like the way that we are. But so Yeah. Okay. I know, James. I read it. I can read. So anyway, if you like and subscribe, please like and subscribe our Facebook pages, our YouTube channels, our Instagrams, even our Twitch channels. Yeah. So, hey James, what's going on with Elk Rock Traders this week?
Okay, we're at Palm Springs Village Fest. That's what we're typically showing right now. I am actually working on and taking pictures of new stuff to get the website back up. I've got a long enough break in school. I'm home long enough this summer because I'm doing EMS to do that. So I'm going to have that sucker up by the third week of August, finally, because I have the time.
It's been like years since
It's been about a year. It's been almost a couple years fighting that because school keeps you hopping.
Yeah, but when did it go down though? Didn't it go down in 2020?
It went down actually in 2023. Actually, it went midway through 2022 because of the D class and school right there. So I wasn't able to keep up with it too. I had an epic fallout with the service provider that was withholding the SSL certification. SL. And that was an issue, and they wanted to charge me a lot of money for it.
Yeah, so lesson for everyone. If you do any kind of websites, research your domain name supplier, your domain name holder, and your hosting company.
Well, unfortunately, the hosting company changed owners, and that's when the rules went really screwy. Friends don't let friends get blank, blank, blank company. Thank you, libel laws. Okay.
Yeah, so just be really careful. I mean, it's such a. I've heard of so many friends having their websites being held hostage, and the providers they don't want to give up the domain name. They don't want to do all kinds of stuff. So it's just lots of crazy. So really, really research it. It's
happened here. That's why we've been pushing heavy on Facebook and Instagram on this stuff, and mostly Instagram because unfortunately Facebook says you can't sell anything with animal parts.
I know. Actually, I think they flagged our elk rawhide drum class once.
They did, and it's really. I mean, their rules have really screwed over some native artist groups.
Yeah,
that would put stuff up there, and they're just making exceptions about that. So I push a lot on Instagram. But you know, it's like as far as like direct links when the website was up when they had this rules, I would actually like post pictures, but there wouldn't be a direct link to the website, but it would be in the text, or I would say it out loud. I would talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
So there's ways around it, but it's just screwy. Anyway, so that's what's going on with the elk rack. There's going to be some really neat stuff. I'm working on some long projects I've been wanting to work on for a while. I got a little time this summer. Get ready for our next show at Verona Powell Labor Day weekend. Other than that, Svea, I have a question for you. What's going on with Dancing Bear these days? Well, I haven't heard from you in a week.
I know it's been a while. I know we've been just so busy. Okay, for one thing, we're getting ready for the Beach Shop Hop, which is coming up in September. The weekend after Verona is the first weekend for it. We've been just getting busy, getting ready for the powwow. So we've been ordering a bunch of inventory so we can start processing and getting everything ready for the fall because we have a whole bunch of powwows, boom, 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 right in a row. And then on top of that, we just placed we're placing the huge, it takes time to put these orders together.
Oh, yeah.
Huge order for ribbon that we're putting together. We've just ordered a whole bunch of fringe. We are ordering a whole bunch of beads. I mean, kilos and kilos of beads. It sounds like drugs, but they're not drugs. It's beads. Beads are sold by kilos. I know. And we've been really getting ready, heavy prep for the fall. We've been just, oh my goodness, it's just been so much. And it's like, I have so much. Yesterday I went to several of my suppliers and did like a major shopping run and filled my whole car full of bags and bags and bags of stuff for the shop hop. It's actually a really cool event. And we do a lot of gift with purchases. So I was buying gift with purchases yesterday and buying other inventory for our store and whatnot. So definitely we've been getting ready. And then we also were buying some store fixtures. So tomorrow I'm going to be moving all kinds of stuff around in the store. So if you come to the store and you're confused and you're worried, don't be worried. We just bought a bunch of new fixtures and we're just literally switching a whole bunch of them out so that we have newer fixtures some of our fixtures are about over 10 years old. So we're trying to just kind of update them. Yeah. And they were all given to us for free when we opened our new store in 2012. Yeah. 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 And 20 and 20 and no,
Not that loud during a show.
It was in 2011. We got a whole bunch of new stuff, used stuff, and it was used. But it, we still are keeping some of it, but some of those don't work for us anymore. So, like I said, we're replacing these fixtures. So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening to Dancing Bear, and it's just be patient if you come in our store.
Patient.
Yes. So, do you want to start?
We got stuff, fun stuff over the week segment. We kind of informally slipped into what we've done over the week.
Yeah.
So, I kind of mentioned during the show, during our pre-show, that had a fun little adventure from earlier in the week. So, I got a call about a week and a half ago from a friend who asked me they needed a quick replacement activity for a Jewish youth group, and asked if I could take them kayaking. And well, we did that Monday. So I've always worked with like scouts or other groups. I've never worked with a specifically group from a church. And there was a lot of people wondering what's it going to be like, because not a lot of us work with the Jewish faith. They're just like any other people. Folks, I had a blast with this group. They were fun. Neat group. These are kids mostly between 8 and 12 years old with the parents. Wasn't a particularly big group, but they were a blast. I mean, there's the kayaks lined up, wait for everybody to come in. Of course, I have the pack rafts out too. And we had a couple of whitewater kayaks out for them where you see what the kids are going into. We had some younger kids, and they were blessed. A couple of people came in. There were lifeguards that helped us out. There's my mom right there. She didn't miss her grandkids that day. But just a fun group. And of course, we had ropes tied to the whitewater kayak so the kids couldn't go out in the water too far, because we had a little bit of an offshore breeze. We didn't want them going way out in the lake. Lake Paris is quite large, but just a great group we had. But we had a couple visitors that are actually friends of the show and have appeared on the show. We actually had, and let me take this off. There that day to help out and to watch and have fun was Kelly Jo Miller and Curtis Youngberg.
Yay!
And so, fun story right this is that Curtis Youngberg started laughing a bunch. He was helping helping teach the kids the kayaking. We're having a blast. We love it. It's a beautiful day. And then he starts just laughing. I'm like looking over. I'm thinking, is he hyperventilating? And he says, no, dude, look, there's a guy that went out in a little raft you can get from like Big Five. And he put a couple of oars in it, what's called oar locks for think like a rowboat with the oars. But he was using kayak paddles as the oars. And so what's on the end of each kayak paddle?
A paddle.
A paddle, a blade, put in the water. So usually oars are like a handle, and then way down at the end is the blade to put in the water. So he's trying to do this action with kayak paddles. And let me upload it and let me preface this first. I like it when people try experimenting and do something new. There is no shame in this. This is how you learn. This is how you go. Kelly Jo, yeah, you were a help. Yes, definitely. But you want to encourage it. But sometimes we get a little embarrassed. We get these embarrassing moments. So I'm not laughing with the guy. I'm laughing with him. But this is gold. Give a sec here. Here's what it looks like. Here's the guy actually out there. And he keeps on hitting himself in the face with the kayak paddle, the blade. And wasn't doing as much as at first when Curtis first pointed him out. But I got video, but the guy just kept on going whack, whack in his face trying to row this thing. And you know what? The guy's out there and trying it. 2 thumbs up to the dude. But I wonder if there's any bruises, he got headaches, or needed any Tylenol from the kayak paddles hitting him in the face. So,
well, the guy in the back isn't helping him either.
Oh no, he's probably going, I don't know what to do. But Curtis was like laughing for like 3 minutes, and I pointed out the guy. pointed my phone, got a zoom, love my phone's camera, and got that. And I'm just like, this is funny, but dude, like I said, 2 thumbs up. There's only one way to learn. But
At least he's
sometimes
getting out there.
Huh?
At least he's getting out there.
Oh, heck yeah. And he's getting out there and he's getting slapped in the face for it. But you know what? He's learned. Okay. While we're still out there, let me remove the video and get that out so we don't have the screen pop back to that. So while we're out there, Kelly Jo Miller shows this bag and goes, look, I want you to look, I got something for you, but I want to look in here. I'm like, what? She goes, it needs to stay in the bag. I went, okay. Now, mind you, we're with the Jewish youth group. Kelly Jo shows me this. This is a jar of ham hocks and green beans. Not something you want to have around the group, so we were always respectful and kept it hidden. She says, you got to try this. I want to, but according to the messages, she had messaged me while we're still the countdown and said, I hope you kept it in the fridge. And I went, was I supposed to? And she's like, she messaged me with the message, I don't know. It wasn't vacuum sealed. You might be a little risky trying to eat it now. So, crud. Bad word. I really want to try this. I didn't mean to put it on the show right there, but Kelly Jo, I owe you an apology. I'm not going to, as you pointed out in the message, it's risky to eat it. I'm willing to try, but I don't want to become my own patient. So my apologies on that one. Maybe that'll be the new Jar Jar green bean pickles. Jar Jar green beans and ham hocks.
No.
Okay.
No more.
If you do another one, I will eat it. My apologies for not doing that. I wanted to wait till like the weekend to try it and do that. It never occurred to me to put the dang thing in the fridge. I thought it was sealed in the jar. It'd be good. Well, whoops.
Well, just also,
I owe you one, Kelly Jo. My
it also
apologies
shows you that some people also use those jars to store food, but it's not necessarily a jarred item or canned item.
Yeah, because I still remember getting the frozen what was that called? The Christmas tinner.
Oh yeah, the Christmas tinner. Oh,
you sent it in dry ice.
We should do that again.
I think so too.
That was fun.
Oh heck yeah. We
should contact Quarantinos and ask them if they can send us another can of the Christmas tinner.
Yeah, we need to talk to Quarantinos. They haven't been sending us much stuff.
Well, you know what? It is Christmas in July.
Yeah, okay. We might have to try that next week. I'm looking at Kelly Jo's message she just put up, and she said that I messaged your mom to put it in the fridge. Sorry about that.
Oh, so now she just put the blame on your mom.
Yeah, Mom. What the heck with that? Yeah, my mom trying to give me food poisoning.
Exactly. That's what it sounds like to me.
Well, that said, if I reach up here, and not an image we want, could he have a friend? Yeah, so Kelly Jo's response. What do you think, audience? Does Jar Jar Pickles need a friend with Jar Jar green beans and ham hocks?
Guess what? Jar Jar green beans and bang whatever is gonna be seriously severely a major biohazard in the next couple.
Oh, it already is a biohazard. These pickles have been in here since 2000 and probably 18. Yeah, this is a biohazard, but it is the world famous Jar Jar Pickles. And soon to be, when I put a little smiley face on it, I will do it over the weekend. A big reveal next week, folks, of Jar Jar green beans and ham hocks. Okay. Besties forever. Let's get that over before Svea faints with disgust.
Yeah. Ugh. Look at, see? Maya is like, no.
No, I know, kidding it.
James, really quick, do you have a picture of what the paddles, because Maya said, what did the paddles look like? Do you have a thing of what it should look like? Or do you
the oars or the kayak paddles?
Show this the oars and versus the kayak paddles.
Yeah, let me type in raft oars and I will show what that looks like.
And then we probably should talk about our topic because we're already 20 in.
Yep. I'm raft oars. Okay, let me get up an image and then we will share it.
So
What?
yes.
Yeah, autocorrect even on the computer. Okay. Maya, let me do a little share right quick. So these are raft oars. Let me scroll down a little bit here.
So
So you
it's
see
like
those ones?
it's like the one from Moana. You know, Maui has an oar, or no, he has a hook, but Moana has an oar
Yeah.
that she was using to guide the boat. That's what an oar looks like.
That specific what that guy was trying to use is what these right here. I've been on rafts like Grand Canyon and stuff like that. Raft trips doing whitewater. Those are raft or blah blah blah. Raft oars look like. And just as a reminder, here let me type in kayak paddle. And these are kayak paddles, as we saw on the video. Okay. So that's what we have right there. That explains it. And that's about it for the week. Otherwise, I'm going to have some good mountain biking video because I got to go do some mountain biking this weekend.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So that's the happenings over the week. Fun stuff. But it was a great working with that group. We got done. They said, what are you doing next July? We want to book you again. I'm like, I'm not really an outfitter. I do this volunteer, but okay. Heck yeah. So yeah, I think they really enjoyed working with us. With that, it was all butterflies and hummingbirds and sweet candy that day. It was all fun. That was my yes, Curtis. I was talking about and showing pictures of us last Monday, and I showed the video with the guy going whack whack. And now you come in when we're all done. We just got done talking about it.
Yeah. All right. So do we want to start a topic?
I definitely think so.
Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna start, guys. Do you want to show a slide first, or?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
folks. Let me show the slide because I'm totally ready for this. On today's show subject, and Svea is going to say why. Monarch butterflies, nature lore, and what makes them special.
So I'm going to share why I started this whole idea of wanting to bring this up. Let me share. I've already prepared my images so you guys can see what's going on with my journey. Do you see the leaf with the... Okay. So what happened was I have plumerias, and for those of you who know me, you know I love plumerias. I'm like the plumeria person with my friend group. I told James this. I literally have these plumeria sticks that I cut off of one of my plants that I gave to my friend because she was murdering it she didn't know she was, but she overwatered it. So just so you guys know, when you have plumerias, they like neglect. They like to have dry soil. They don't like their feet to sit in water and soak in jacuzzi. They don't like that.
You can use plumeria. They
don't like to soak in a bath. They don't like to soak in a jacuzzi. They don't like to be. So I'm trying to root these right now. So FYI. That's why these look like this. But I had to cut it off. The tree I gave her, the tree was about 4 feet tall, and basically she watered it way too much, and the roots rotted and the trunk rotted, and that was the only thing I could save. So I'm going to try rerooting them so that I can save that plant. But I don't know. We'll see. It might be too far along. But I was looking at my plumerias, and I saw this bug on it, and I'm just like, what the heck is going on? Why do I have a bug on my plant? No, kill. And then
die bugs.
Like I have killed grasshoppers. I've killed the catids. I've killed all kinds of things that go on my plumerias because they'll eat the leaves. They just destroy the plants. And these were eating the leaves, which is weird for monarch caterpillars because they generally don't eat plumerias, but these were eating my plumerias. So the next day I went out to the local nursery. Is there a lot of noise in the background? Can you hear it?
Yes.
Hold on a second. I'm going to ask the peanut gallery to turn it down.
They're going to get put in late night craft talk jail. They're not good. And there we feed you peanut butter and tortillas and dollar store jam. So Svea is going off right now, going over to have a little chit chat. She's talking about, the caterpillars right there, and you're back up.
Okay. So I went to the local nursery and I talked to them about this, and they were saying that these monarch caterpillars, they like milkweed, and that there was milkweed over by the, there must be some milkweed nearby, and these caterpillars must have been just, the eggs must have been laid on my plumeria because it's near the food source. So I got some milkweed. So let me go to the next photo. So this is a milkweed. It's a narrow leaf milkweed, and you can see that 100% the monarch butterflies found the milkweed and started laying eggs on them like crazy. So this has been my first experience with these beautiful caterpillars. I think they're just amazing. And here you can see some. I think that they're kind of like a little bit down below, but they're in there. And so actually I don't even see any on this one. But this is the one of the other ones that's kind of hidden. I don't know why, but this is what they look like. I mean, these are when they grow bigger. Oh, it's like, I don't have a mouse. I'm sorry. It's like getting all crazy, but they turn into these beautiful caterpillars, and they're so beautiful. They're stripy. They're so cute. They're just the most beautiful little insects. And I always, like, whenever I would find like a caterpillar on my geranium, or I always like woolly bears because they look like little bears. But these are just really just, sorry, the dogs are getting wild in the background. But they just are so cool. I mean, the stripes are beautiful. They're so colorful. This is one of my favorite pictures of them that I got. But they just get to be really big, and then they start to pupate. They turn into a J like this, which is kind of cool. Then they're ready to go into a cute cocoon, which is like a pupate. I don't know if I'll talk about that in a little bit because that was not a good situation. And so I started having problems with them dying. And so I got this enclosure to try to protect them. And you can see in here, what they do is they'll crawl onto that wall, and they molt. They like their outer skin, and they get bigger. And then they get, they grow. I have all different like sizes of them, right? This is a cute picture. Look at what it's on. This is the flower. That's a milkweed flower. That's a tropical milkweed flower. But just beautiful caterpillars. It was such a cool experience for me. But at the same time, very sad. I learned so much about these caterpillars and monarch butterflies, and this is why. So I just really started wanting to 100% start working with these guys, because I think they're just so amazing. And this is actually sad because this one here has OE, which is a mold that basically kills them. So, and that one had a tachnid fly, but this is kind of cool. Look at this. This was in the J like that, and then it starts to spin. Whoop, hold on. Shoot, I think I lost my place.
Candy Mock, I think that's a new viewer.
Oh, Candy. I know Candy. She's my friend.
Awesome.
I think I didn't upload the picture of the pupae. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing this right now. So what happened? So then what happened? Yeah, see, she says she brings them into. Okay, so there's several predators. So a lot of people don't know this. This is one thing I found out. Monarch butterflies have a very low success rate. There's there's so many things that cause problems like pesticides, which I mean, obviously you can't help that. That's really difficult. But what's happening is that the pesticides and then the tachnid fly, which is terrible. The tachnid fly looks like a housefly and it literally lays eggs inside the caterpillars. And as they grow, the tachnid larvae grow and basically kill the monarch caterpillar. And I had several. I probably had like 5 or 6 of them that died from tachnid fly, and that was after they were already protected. So that means that they had been bitten at a really like earlier stage.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's been terrible for me, a terrible experience for me, because every single cocoon or pupae that has happened for me has literally been affected by the tachnid fly. And that just makes me so sad because, I mean, these poor little things, like they're not even getting a chance to try to survive. So there's the tachnid fly. Another thing, you have lizards, you have birds, right? And then you have this thing called OE, which is, it's like a bacterial infection that's from the plant itself. And as the caterpillars eat the plant, which is they only eat one plant, it's milkweed. So as they eat the plant, they get infected with this bacteria and they literally die and explode. Yeah. And then also, so I mean, already you have all these things against them. And then in San Diego, it's crazy. I mean, I'm not going to say nurseries because, you know, the nurseries that were selling these things were told that their milkweed they were ordering in was pesticide free, but apparently wasn't. And so a bunch of these growers that were selling to the nurseries were selling pesticide laden, you know, sprayed plants. And I bought several of those plants to bring home to feed these caterpillars, and pretty much all of them died within like a day or so. And so it's really sad. Yeah, they explode, Curtis. They explode with like, and then so basically it continues the cycle. So you have explosion of caterpillar, the spores go everywhere, bugs pick them up, animals eat them, it goes in the plant, then it gets eaten again by the bug, and it's just like this whole circle. It's really crazy. It's been really sad, very disheartening. And
it won't feel like singing the circle of life.
I know, circle of life. I know this is a thing, but I mean, this is what I'm saying.
Well,
monarch butterflies have such a low success rate.
Yeah, I mean, any species like that's going to have where they're probably how many eggs do they usually lay in a single monarch?
Hundreds and hundreds of eggs.
Hundreds. So that's a benchmark species. It's a prey species, obviously, where it's when you got birds and others go off. Yeah. But it might be considered a cornerstone. And what was it we were talking earlier in the week? What's the success rate from each?
It's like one butterfly out of 100 eggs, or 100 caterpillars, not eggs. Caterpillars.
1% success rate.
That's why there's a lot of people all over the U.S. that are really trying to help them personally, like just like what I did. Like they buy milkweed, they try to protect them, they put them in enclosures just to try to help them survive, because they're very endangered. It's really scary that, you know, in 10 years from now, 20 years from now, are they going to exist anymore? Because it's such a low success rate. I mean, they have so much against them.
It does. And there's so many amazing things about them too. I mean, it's a cornerstone species. They're known for just their migratory route. Do you have a graph? Because I actually have a graph I can put up.
Do you want to share the graph?
Yeah, I have a graph I can show right quick. So this is actually the graph right here that shows their migratory. There's actually 2 main species east and west of the Rocky Mountains of monarch butterflies. And you can see right there for the eastern US. And I think it's like we were talking to Ralph Preston last week. We were actually on for quite a while after the show, and we were talking about monarch butterflies, and he said it was like the average lifespan is just a few months, and so it takes us like 4 generations of butterflies to make this round trip migration between the parts of Canada, east parts of the United States, all the way down to central Mexico, right? They're actually Yeah, about south central or southern Mexico right there.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a 3,000-mile migration that they do, and they lay their legs down in Mexico and then fly up to the United States right there, and they're migratory over several generations. And the ones on the west side of the Rocky Mountains tend to winter out in Southern California. Those are the ones wearing have surfboards and sunglasses and Bermuda shorts.
So what's interesting about these monarch butterflies is that when James is saying generations, so during the spring and summer, they only live about 3 weeks. That's their average lifespan, right? They only live for 3 weeks, right?
Okay, that's right.
They live for 3 weeks each generation. And then what happens is when it's time for them to migrate, there's a genetic something that turns on where they would literally live 6 to 7 months. And then they migrate down to Mexico, or they live 6 to 7 months. That's insane. So and they have a natural GPS, like in their natural GPS, where they actually know where to go when they're in that generation where they're supposed to travel like that.
Mm-hmm. Nature's full of examples like that, of like fish, the migratory, sea turtles that go back to the same beach that they were born on.
Yeah.
Birds that know which direction which to go. And it had something with like some body chemistry with magnetism, where they know from the Earth's magnetic field where to go on this one. And it's just built into their genes like that sense of direction to go. It's pretty amazing on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there's 2 types. I guess there's several types of milkweed, but there's lots of kind of talk about milkweed, tropical milkweed, and natural or narrow leaf milkweed. There's all kinds of camps on, you only feed them this or you only feed them that, or it doesn't matter. So narrow milkweed is what I showed you in the beginning. I got those narrow leaves. They're really tiny leaves. And they don't feed very many caterpillars. So especially the smaller ones that they sell in the nursery, usually sells ones that are like in small little pots. Those ones are really little. So a lot of people like the tropical milkweed. I personally was like, wow, these tropical milkweed are great because it's so much more like plant material. The leaves are like 3 times wider. I mean, you could see in some of my pictures that they're much bigger leaves, and so it feeds more. But the problem with the tropical milkweed is that they're more prone to getting OE, which is that bacterial infection, because they don't die back in the winter. They're able to handle staying alive the whole time. And so what happens is you have that problem happens a little bit more. And then also, we couldn't help the pesticides because that actually really harmed a lot of the caterpillars. But the narrow leaf milkweed take a long time to grow up and to be big enough to support caterpillars. So that's the other thing about those. It takes a long time for those to build up. But what I was going to show you is that I have joined some groups on Facebook that I found a lot of really great information. And so I wanted to share those groups. So anyone can join. Let's see, this one's the San Diego Monarch Butterfly Group. So this is the one that I joined, the San Diego Monarch Butterfly Group. And you can see there's 5.1K people. There's a lot of people in here. And you can see people are talking about the butterflies, they're having success rates. But then there's a lot of people are talking about sanitizing their enclosures because of OE. And there's problems when you have, and then this was the problem plants. There's lots of people talking about the problems with the pesticides. And then this is what the pupae look like, right? The chrysalis. And the problem with, that's narrow leaf milkweed. You can see how it's really little. And then the problem with if the caterpillar does survive the chrysalis, then sometimes because of the OE, look at that wing. See how it's all curled and it never straightens. They basically can't fly. So if they succeed and don't die from the OE, they actually when they pupate and turn into a butterfly, when they come out of the chrysalis, they literally have wings that are not going to allow them to fly. So it's just really sad. But see, these are the tropical milkweeds. See how big those leaves are versus the others.
Oh yeah.
And then these are actually monarch caterpillar or monarch eggs on the bottoms of the leaves.
They do real quick. I was just reading those, and I think one monarch butterfly can lay like 500 eggs.
Okay, 500. But see, you can see how those they have curled. Sometimes they have curled. And this is a picture of a caterpillar that's it's gonna die. To me, it looks like it because that's what mine looked like when they were gonna not be okay. And it's sad. There's lots of articles in this group about all the different ailments. You see how these caterpillars totally took down that plant? Which it's okay. I mean, that's what you're supporting them, but it can be.
Yeah, I think one monarch can take out a whole milkweed leaf in like 5 minutes.
So see this? This is a picture of a dead monarch, a dead caterpillar, and these strings are the tachnid larvae coming out. So, like, that's an example. Oh, this one, I think this one was showing it. Can you see the video okay?
Yeah.
This one actually shows it turning into a chrysalis here. So it's interesting because it actually wiggles around when it hangs. It wiggles around and it pushes that outer layer off. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, I mean, you see that real time here. The cocoon thing.
Yeah. And it's such a pretty color. It's like a really bright green, and it has these little iridescent dots on it. It's really really cool thing. I did see one pupae in one of my enclosures, and it has some dark areas. So I don't know if it has the tachnid fly, because generally if they turn dark, they're in the beginning, then it usually means they have tachnid fly or they have the OE. And then also, or it could be ready to start changing into to emerge. Isn't that crazy? And then it starts like spinning, and it'll pop the the outer layer off, and it turns into this like beautiful little green little cocoon.
Yeah. Define the word metamorphosis on that.
Yeah. But it's amazing how they change into such a different thing.
Yeah.
See, look, it got the whole thing off, and now it spins and kind of wiggles, and it usually just like, if it generally will just pop off, but if it stays on, it's like it's not detached.
Okay.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
I don't
think I've ever seen a caterpillar with the chrysalis coming out and doing that. And those are big caterpillars.
Yeah, they are. Looks like it's about to fall off.
There goes. What just fell off?
That was the outer skin that it squeezes or it pushes off.
Okay.
When it's going into that mode.
So just like cast it off like a kid walking into their bedroom and throwing off the shirt after school.
Yeah.
Throwing off their jacket.
I'll send you a picture. I'll show you guys a picture of the one that I had. I'll search for my name because I've been posting in this group. What the heck? Where did I go?
You don't show any passwords.
No. Let's see.
While you're doing that, I have a couple of things lined up with 10 fun facts and cross-cultural symbolism with the monarch butterfly.
So right here, look at this was the one that survived that it ended up dying, but I got one chrysalis and it had these little black dots. And actually, apparently, these kind of dots will tell you if it's a male or a female. And it has these little black dots here, and then it has these little bumps, little things that are iridescent. It's really cool. Okay, James, you want to share?
Yeah. So we'll end with the 10 fun facts. Matter of fact, let's just go and do the 10 fun facts. We'll talk about cross-cultural emphasis on those. But just to reaffirm some of what we were talking about, let me go ahead and zoom in on this a bit. Monarchs, okay. We did talk about, and this is kind of blocking text, so let me fix that. Okay. So we just said there's two distinct populations of monarch butterflies west and east of the Mississippi River. Obviously, the ones in the west just go to Southern California to surf.
They like the sun.
Some monarchs fly over 3,000 miles on their migratory journeys. From eastern monarchs spend their whole lives in the northern U.S. and then Canada during the warm summer weather, but those that emerge from the chrysalis in the late summer or fall know that they can't survive the colder temperatures to come. They embark on an epic trek, some flying nearly 3,000 miles to get down to Mexico. Monarchs need one specific kind of plant, milkweed, to survive. Did you do something?
Yeah, I just moved it so that it was you and me, because whatever you weren't sharing any screen, and for some reason it was black.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we've been through that before.
Oh, there we go.
Doing it now? Okay.
We weren't seeing this.
Gotcha. It's one of those StreamYard things. Okay, we've already seen that with the milkweed. Monarch wings are covered in scales. We haven't talked about that. So the naked eye, the colorful wings of a butterfly look nearly one smooth surface, but under the microscope, it's clear that what looks like a solid wing is actually covered with structures that look like thousands of tiny scales. And that's what makes the monarch wing extremely aerodynamic, help them fly. And that's why you should be careful not to touch the wings of a butterfly too much. Disturbing the wing's scaly coating makes it hard for the butterfly to maneuver and fly. Monarch butterflies protect themselves with poison. Did you know this? Yes, folks, butterflies. They're pretty butterflies. They're brightly colored for a reason, because that's nature's way of saying don't eat. Bad things will happen. So the bright orange coloring right there shows that. Their bodies contain toxins from the milkweed plants that the caterpillars eat. The milkweed toxins don't harm the caterpillars, but they pack a poisonous punch for any animal that tries to eat a monarch butterfly. Well, typically it's not going to be fatal. It's going to give you a bad stomach ache. No, you will not be well. Folks, don't eat the monarch butterfly.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously there's predators that do eat them, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah, eating the milkweed. Yeah,
some are going to have more probably that tolerance to the milkweed toxins.
Eating the milkweed is actually it helps them because of the toxins, but still.
Yeah. Monarchs have special senses to navigate their long migrations, which we were talking about. They use everything from the position of the sun to a built-in compass, magnetic compass that's built into their read their Earth's magnetic field right into their little caterpillar brains right there, senses. And we kind of talked about that, which means I actually want to touch that on a post that Curtis made. Arctic foxes also have observed to align with magnetic north before jumping and diving under the snowpack for grubs. Freaking amazing. Yep.
Wow.
No kidding. And so I think the really interesting things is like monarch butterflies are considered poisonous. Here's some can live over for 9 months, which we talked about earlier. You can tell the difference between a male and female monarch butterflies by their wings. Did you know that?
Yes. Also their cocoons. Their pupae.
Also their cocoons, which you talked about. 4-inch wingspan. Monarch butterfly populations are declining, which we've been talking about. What is that? Sad. Since the 1990s, the eastern monarch population has fallen by more than 80%. So it's basically the last 25, 30 years.
And it says, according to some estimates, even the western population has been hit even harder.
Really? Mm-hmm. You can help protect monarch butterflies from extinction, which we're going to be talking about. So that's what to share, but should I go ahead and talk about cultural significance?
Yeah.
cultural significance of the monarch butterfly. So obviously it's going to be native influence. It's going to influence a lot of tribes throughout America, even up into Canada, and especially into Mexico and Mesoamerica. Here's a couple of which I've seen. You've got some Kachina type dolls right here that show the monarch butterfly wings on that one. So it shows that influence.
Oh my gosh, I have a really beautiful hand painted pottery piece from a Pueblo artist, and they have monarch butterflies on them.
Nice.
It's really beautiful. Actually, you want me to show you guys? Do you want to see it? Since you're showing stuff here, do you want me to go grab it?
Matter of fact, here's an old picture of Geronimo right there. No, that's Sitting Bull. Excuse me, Mike. Apologies. That is Sitting Bull.
He has the butterfly on his hat.
He has the butterfly on his hat. You can barely make it out in the black and white photo, but in the other one, it's made out right there.
James,
I remember seeing a clearer picture of that.
James, do you want to see do you want me to grab that bowl really quick?
Oh, heck yeah. I'll visit this one with the audience while you go grab that. So Sitting Bull right there with his Lakota. And you can see just the Plains tribe, Northern Plains tribe, mighty tribe. And monarch butterfly. As a symbolism of Christianity, it's a symbol foretelling the spiritual transformation of Christianity. In Catholicism, they are a symbol of rebirth. And Dia de los Muertos, Mexico has a special relationship with monarch butterflies. Millions of butterflies take flight to central Mexico as part of their yearly migration, and arriving during the Day of the Dead, October 31st through November 2nd, while modern science suggests that these creatures are following some form of magnetism in the Earth's atmosphere, Mexican folklore tells us these butterflies are actually the souls of the deceased, visiting the Earth on these holy days to visit relatives and provide comfort. That's pretty cool. I actually almost forgot about that. So let's look at that. What you have. Purdy.
Isn't that beautiful? I love this artist. This is his name. So it's from the Pueblo, but I asked him to make this bowl. I saw he had a bunch of these bowls with like orange and black, and I'm like, can you do it with purple?
Of course.
So I had him do this with purple for me, so it's all purple. But these are all hand painted. Aren't they gorgeous? Like he makes a whole bunch of stuff like this, and I love them so much. They're just beautiful.
Oh yeah, heavy influence in their culture. I mean, you look at a lot of like say jingle dress dancers, or no, not jingle dress, but
fancy shawl.
Fancy shawl. Thank you. Fancy shawl dancers that had to do those dances of the butterfly, and a lot of monarch butterfly has a lot of influence on that dance style.
Yep.
For audience that doesn't know, maybe you should bring up a video.
If you can find one. So let me talk. So why don't you look for one, and then I'm going to talk about that event that inspired us to talk about the monarchs today.
Do it up.
Okay. So last week I was looking at monarch, but I don't know how I even found this. But starting today, join the Monarch Blitz, July 25th through August 3rd. Support monarch butterfly conservation. Join the 9th Monarch Blitz, July 25th to the 3rd. And so it's sponsored by the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, and they're asking individuals and organizations across the U.S. to come together in a unique effort to support conservation and understanding of one of North America's most iconic species, the monarch butterfly. The International Monarch Monitoring Blitz returns for its 9th edition from July 25th to the 3rd. And it says that basically, so continue reading. Given the vast range of monarchs and their host plant, milkweed, the contribution of volunteer community scientists is essential to furthering our understanding of these species and the habitats they depend on. To improve future conditions, we need long-term data of monarch and milkweed occurrence to track changes and inform conservation strategies. We know we can make a difference for monarchs by increasing habitat, says Nicole Alt from the U.S. and Fish Wildlife Service Center for Pollinator Conservation. Blitz informs where there is existing habitat, increasing our understanding and allowing us to prioritize and target conservation actions where it's needed most. For 10 days, participants across the U.S. are encouraged to head outdoors to report sightings of monarch butterflies, locate milkweed plants, and search for monarch eggs, caterpillars, and chrysalises. taking part is simple. Just choose one of the participating community science programs listed below and share your observations. The 8th edition of the Monarch Blitz saw record-breaking participation with more than double the people reporting more than 16,000 monarch sightings and 68,000 milkweed plants in just 10 days. These observations help identify priority areas for monarch conservation and guide concrete actions on the ground. All data collected during the Monarch Blitz will be made available through the Tri-National Monarch Knowledge Network, hosted on Global Biodiversity Information Facility, where it will support large-scale analyses by scientists, researchers, and conservation practitioners. The Monarch Blitz remains the only coordinated North America-wide event effort to provide real-time snapshot of the summer distribution of monarchs and milkweed. This information is critical for tracking reproductive success and long-term population trends. With monarch conservation gaining momentum across our nation, there's never been a better time for communities to get involved, step outside, connect with nature, and be part of the movement to protect the monarch butterfly. Take part in the Monarch Blitz. Please share your observations. I'm going to send this. I'm going to post this link in a moment.
Okay.
Please share your observations through one of the participating community science programs below. iNaturalist, Journey North, Monarch Larva Monitoring Project, Western Monarch Milkweed Mapper. Follow the Monarch Blitz and share your participation with this conservation effort on social media by using hashtag Monarch Blitz. Monarch Blitz is organized by the Tri-National Monarch Conservation Science Partnership, a collaboration of organizations including the Commission for Environmental Cooperation, Journey North, the Monarch Joint Venture, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, and the Ceres Society for Invertebrate Conservation, Environment and Climate Change Canada, Insectarium, Montreal Space for Life, the Canadian Wildlife Federation, ProFauna AC, and the National Commission of Protected National Areas. So this is something I found. I don't even know how I found it. But I said to James, I said, I think that this is definitely, I'm going to change the format. I'm going to share this one. So I did put the link in all of our different channels.
All the channels.
So make sure to click that link and go out this weekend and go take a look. Go, help participate in this. It's kind of a cool thing to help, the monarch butterflies. It's kind of cool.
Totally. And I do have a video queued up of what's called the butterfly dance or fancy shell dance you see at native gatherings called powwows.
Cool.
And let me get it up. So
no sound, right?
No sound.
Yeah.
It is blank.
And this is at the Red Pheasant Powwow in 2021.
Yep. So let me play it here right through. You take a good look and we make the screen bigger. So if you think about it, it should be streaming okay. It might be a little bit lagging. But the ones with the fancy show with all the fringe, the one on the left, and you see the other similar dances coming around, those are the fancy shawl dancers right there. And if you can think of the bright colors of a butterfly and their movement, this is what it's paying respect to on that one. So we'll watch a little bit more of this. It's already 10:59. We went a heck of an overtime last week. I want to send you new records. But that gives a good idea of what it's about, what it looks like. Mm-hmm. And I just remembered a fun fact. Regular butterfly can flap its wings like about 60 more plus times a second. The monarch, like 15 to 20.
I know, because it's like,
it's just,
and it glides too. They're really beautiful. Like I have actually, oh my gosh, I have one picture to share with you. It's kind of
okay.
I'm going to share you on my phone versus versus on the screen, which is like
all right.
Do it. I just remember to have a really cool picture. I got a picture of a monarch butterfly years ago. And it was sitting on top of my plumeria. It's like one of my favorite plumeria pictures that I have. And I don't have very many like this. Let's see, where is it?
snacking a lot tonight. Just stay awake.
Look at this picture. Whoop.
Pretty.
So it's sitting on my tree, just chilling out. So,
You're going to talk about the nature of their big cousin Mothra, and how to save the human race in the Godzilla universe.
Right?
Mothra.
Yeah. But this was a really cool episode. I encourage you guys to look up. There's several Facebook groups if you want to join them, so you can learn about them. And it's really, it's important to kind of know about butterflies and monarchs and how important they are to us. And I really hope that we're able to save them. And
one thing that you mentioned is that just getting involved with the groups you mentioned and the efforts to do this is not complicated.
Yeah.
It is not a major commitment like you're raising an 18-year-old kid solo or something like that.
Yeah. Even if you have gardens, even if you have plants where you just keep milkweed plants in your garden. I'm actually going to be dedicating an entire planter to milkweed and just plant milkweed there.
There you go. Absolutely.
And I don't use pesticides in my yard, so I know that they'll be okay next year.
Cool stuff. So we are at 11:01 on that one.
Yeah. All right.
We're going to have some fun news next week. We have actually some news with me working EMS and doing the giving an update on the whole medical career. There's been a couple developments I'll be talking about next week's show. But otherwise, next week's show, we will be talking about blinky red lights.
Yeah.
Or blinky strobe lights. That's next week's. Should that be next week's subject? A little boring. How about the history of iPods? iPods, or what are these called? AirPods. I finally got it working.
Oh, good.
So we don't want to do AirPods. Do we want to talk about the history of small Nalgene's?
Well, I think that we should surprise everyone what next show is going to be about.
You're absolutely right. We won't be talking about this obsidian knife.
No.
Which I was going to talk to a customer about. That I was going to talk about next one.
Or Legos.
Or Legos. Or the first commercially successful 360 camera from circa 2017.
Or plumerias, even though we may talk about them a little bit, we won't be talking about plumerias.
Or Godzilla.
Or cherries.
Or cherries. Or the history of LED flashlights. Wait, where's that one? There it is. The history of LED flashlights.
Or the history of Dr. Pepper.
Or the history of TV remotes.
Or the history of blue tape.
Or the history of why this hammer is actually a water gun.
Or the history of remote control.
Or the history of small LCD projectors.
Or the history of Reese's peanut butter jelly.
Or why this could be one of the biggest inventions of mankind, the buckle.
Or
what you doing?
I'm looking for something else. Oh, this is good. Or the history of why this is so important to people that make Legos.
Or why this is the big. This means you're a real fan of Black Panther, and it's also Pez, and it's a fan. Or the history of ice cream. How does Maya work in? She's not on the show. She's not on the show, and she's already getting the last word in.
What the heck?
I know. Maya, you get the whistle treatment. You did it. You got the last word.
Okay.
All right. So, folks, we're going to be next week's surprise. We do have some shows. We have some guests we're coming on. I'm looking forward to a friend of mine coming in that's from Bureau of Land Management coming in at the end of August. We still got Svea's birthday episode coming up. And the episode featuring the fashion and history of fashionable sunglasses.
to make you look
We
like
don't.
Willy Wonka.
We went back to this game again, where it's just one sided.
This makes it look like you look like Willy Wonka.
We should do
Johnny Depp version of Willy Wonka.
Oh, he's the freaky one. I like that one. And the songs from the Oompa Loompas are like freaky crazy.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I had a customer last night at Palm Springs. I have never had to say this before in 30 years of business. I've never had to say this before. Ready for the quote? This is a golden. No, sir. I'm sorry, but we don't take gummies as a form of payment. Seriously. Did you say that last night?
Oh my God.
I'm like, no, we of course take card, tap, cash, but we don't take gummies.
Okay. All right.
Or,
On that
if you don't know what that means, that's THC, it's pot.
On that note, let's end the show.
We're going to end the show on that one. All right, folks. Say goodnight. I won't bring out Jar Jar Pickles. We'll see him soon enough. All right, folks. This has been this week's episode of Late Night Craft Talk. I got to get rid of one thing. First aid cam. We're going to do this so we know it actually like. Okay. We know that the closing credits will actually like play.
Is it on the first aid cam?
No, I was getting that. I was removing it. So then we know the video would actually work. Okay, folks. 3, 2, 1. New opening. Where's the closing at? I had this new closing.
I don't know.
Oh, here it is.
Okay.
Good night, folks. See you next week. With butterflies. Butterfly wranglers. Oh, ain't he cute? Oh,
Boo, the butterflies don't make him better.
the butterflies don't make him better?
No.
There's actually, I'm trying to remember a country euphemism for that. Butterflies don't make them better. It's not don't put your boots in the oven, don't make them biscuits. I'm trying to think another one, but it's from City Slickers and not appropriate for television.
No.
Okay, well, I guess that's it, folks. Svea said no. No more Jar Jar, but he'll have his bestie, ham hocks and green beans.
Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
I'm hitting the end stream. All right. See you next week.